Today I'm excited to share with you my non-trivial project on using video games to promote moral circle expansion. Moral circle expansion is a cause area that I'm very passionate about, and I believe that video games can play a significant role in advancing this cause. As I've reflected on my own journey of moral circle expansion, I've realised that video games have always had a profound impact on me. They've made me consider and care about beings I would not have given a second thought to otherwise. This has led me to explore how video games could be particularly effective in promoting moral circle expansion, enabling others to have the same experience as me. To start my research, I collected some of the limited work available on the topic, and found that there's currently nothing specifically focused on moral circle expansion in video games, making the marginal impact of my project substantial. However, I did find some relevant research on video games and empathy, which was really helpful for the project, and also did several case studies on impactful games from my own experiences, and from asking 20 or so people for games that have impacted their moral circles. I then examined why those games had that effect, whether intentional or not. From all of this research, I found several ways in which games are particularly effective at promoting moral circle expansion. One of the most notable ways is the magic circle. When you are immersed in a game, your soldier mindset biases weaken, reducing your natural aversion to open your mind to other perspectives. Whilst this immersion is also present in other forms of media, I believe it's more effective in video games, as they are more able to keep your attention due to the levels of agency which aren't present in other mediums. Additionally, this inherent agency of games is especially impactful, as a player more acutely feels responsible for the consequence of their actions, making them consider and reflect upon those actions more. Based on my research, I've decided that the most impactful thing I could do was to create a game of my own. I've previously created 7 games, making this a really good personal fit for me. Additionally, it will provide a focal point of any writing or research papers I may do in the future, as it serves as a good proof of concept of the project. My goal for the game was to use the medium of video games to challenge players' thinking in a short time period, and to develop a prototype during the non-trivial timeframe. I've managed to develop a game over the past few weeks with the working title Decommissioned, which I've now released on itch.io. The game involves you listening to AI plead for their lives, and then having to pass your own judgment by pressing one of 2 buttons to either kill or spare them. Although it's a simple idea, the response so far has been really positive. I've been beta testing the game over the past week, and have received very promising feedback. Almost 90% of people who filled in a detailed feedback form said that they thought the medium of video games enhanced their considerations around AI and their moral stance towards it. Only 30% of players said that the game hasn't shifted their opinion on AI, with by far the majority saying that the game challenged their thinking and has meant that they will reflect and engage with the topic significantly more than otherwise going forward, making them more likely to include AI in their moral circle going forward. It seemed to be extremely effective for people who have not considered AI very much, and slightly less so for those who have already grappled with the ideas a lot, which may inform what sort of audience I target with the project going forward. Almost everyone was extremely excited by the potential of such games, and gave lots of really encouraging feedback. Overall, I feel the project so far has been really successful, and I'm extremely excited to continue work on it going forward. In the next few weeks, I plan to incorporate some of the critical feedback I've received, as well as implementing systems into the game that did not meet the initial scope to help increase its effectiveness. I then want to send the revised and improved version of the game to lots more people to collect more feedback and increase exposure for my overall project. I plan to share my game with various AI safety groups, write an EA forum post about the project and its findings, and reach out to people in the games industry to potentially collaborate and gather more feedback and advice. I also hope that my project will inspire others in the games industry in the long term to create similar games and promote the cause of moral circle expansion further. Thank you for listening to my talk, and I hope that you're now excited about the potential of video games in promoting moral circle expansion.